As you know, I am taking classes on chapter 5, and the name of the chapter is the rivers of Bangladesh and the natural resources. Okay, and this is the third class on the chapter, and in the chapter, I'm going to talk a very important topic, and this topic is very crucial for your upcoming examinations. Okay, before the start of my class, let's have a look of our today's learning outcome. So dear students, after the class you will be able to say what forest is, then you will be able to describe the tropical deciduous and evergreen forest. At the same time you will be describe the tropical deciduous forest. Okay, and at last you will be able to describe the mangrove forest. Okay, so boys, before the start of our main part of our today's class, I want to take a very short session named the warm-up sessions, and here I am going to talk about some of the topics and some of the definitions, and these definitions will help you to understand our today's class properly. Okay. So first of all, I am going to talk about the natural resources. To understand natural resources, you have to at first know what is called the resource or resources. Basically, resources are the things that hold four characteristics or basically four characteristics. Say, for example, visibility, insufficiency, exchangeability, and utility. Okay, again I am going to tell you what is called the resource. Resources are the things which hold four characteristics: utility, visibility, insufficiency, and exchangeability. Now I am going to talk about what is called the natural resources or resources. Natural resources are the things that are produced by the human beings using the nature to fulfill their demand. Okay, say for example, forest, soil, water, solar energy, etc. So now I'm going to show the definitions of natural resources. So this is the definitions of natural resources: the goods that are produced by the human beings by using the nature to fulfill his own demands are usually called the natural resources. Those are soil, water, forest, solar energy, fish, mineral, etc. So dear student, now I am going to talk about forest, and I think now you are able to say forest is one natural resource. Okay, so what is called the forest? Forest is a place where trees grow in plenty. Okay, and this is very short definitions, and what is called knowledge, and this question is important for your knowledgeable questions. That means question for 1 mark. Okay. So where the trees grow in plenty is called the forest. Now I'm going to show some of the important information on forest. Okay, so first information is that a country should have 20 to 25% of forest of the total area of land, and number two, Bangladesh has only 30% forest of the land, and these two information are very important for your MCQ questions. Okay. Dear students, now kinds of forest. Okay, so on the basis of the climate and the variety of the soil, there are four types of forest in our country. First of all, the forest zone of Chittagong. Number two, the forest zone of Sylhet. Number three, the Sundarbans, and number four, the forest zone of Dhaka, Tangail, and Mymensingh. Okay, so according to the characteristics of the trees, basically there are three types of forest. Okay, so what are they? First of all, the tropical evergreen and deciduous forest. Number two, the tropical deciduous forest, and number three, the mangrove or Goran forest. Dear students, I want to inform on thing to you all. This is the main part of our today's class, and question may come from from these three types of forest in your examinations. From the chapter, you will give much emphasis on rivers, especially on 6 or 7 rivers that I have already discussed with you, and you have to learn. You have to learn about the three forests. Okay, so these three forests are important for creative questions. So you should give much attention on these three forests. Now I'm going to talk about the tropical evergreen, tropical evergreen and deciduous forest. First of all, area. Okay, so area, the southern and the southeast and northeast part of our country, especially Chittagong, Chittagong, Rangamati, Khagrasuri, Khagrasuri are included in these types of forest. Then the hilly regions of the southeast and the northeast of Bangladesh are known as the tropical evergreen and deciduous forest area. Chittagong, Khagrasuri, Rangamati, Bandarban and Sylhet are included in this area. Okay. Second information is that evergreen forest. So why is this type of forest called evergreen forest? Because the leaves of this of the trees of this type of forest do not sprout and fall at a time. Here you can ask me, sir, what is called a sprout? Sprout means born of the leaves. Okay, so what will be happen? That means the trees will look like green always. Okay, so this is the reason. So this type of forest is called the evergreen forest. Now I am going to show you the definitions of evergreen forest. The leaves of these trees do not sprout and fall down at a time. As a result, the forest remains green throughout the year. Okay, now I am going to show you trees. Okay, and you have to memorize the names of the trees of these types of forest. Okay, and this is important for MCQ questions and for making good marks, and you have to remember the names of these trees. Okay, so the Chapalish, Moina, Tilshur, Mehogany, Jarul, Shegun, Gajar, etc. are the remarkable trees of the tropical evergreen and deciduous forest. So dear students, now other info. Bamboo and cans grow in plenty in the hilly regions of Sylhet. This is another important information regarding this type of forest. And second information is that rubber is cultivated in Chittagong and Sylhet zone 2. Okay, so that's all. That's all about the tropical evergreen and deciduous forest. Okay, now I am going to discuss about the tropical deciduous forest. Area. Okay. uh, Area. Okay. Mymensingh, Tangail, Gazipur, Dinajpur and Rangpur comprise the tropical deciduous forest area. Okay, and you have to memorize the names of the districts. Okay, again I am going to tell you: Mymensingh, Tangail, Gazipur, Dinajpur, Rangpur comprise the tropical deciduous forest area. Okay, now I am going to talk about the characteristic of this type of forest. Okay, the leaves of this type of forest sprout at a time, especially in winter season. So this is one of the main characteristics of the tropical deciduous forest. In this forest, in the forest of these districts, leaves of the trees falls once in a year in the winter. Norway, Behera, Hijol, Shiris, Horpoti, jackfruit, neem, etc. are the remarkable trees of this type of forest. Then important informations. First of all, in this forest, as the shal is the main tree and it is called the shal forest, so we can say this type of forest is called the shal forest. And number two, in Mymensingh, Tanga and Gazipur, this forest is called the Madhupur and Bhawaligarh. At the same time, in Rangpur and Dinajpur, this forest is called the forest land of Baranda. So that's all about the forest, the tropical deciduous. Okay. So dear student, now I am going to talk about the mangrove or Goran forest. First of all, I want to show the definitions of mangrove forest. So what is called the mangrove forest? Basically, forest that the trees grow salty and wet soil washed by the even flow of the sea is called the mangrove forest. So now I'm going to show you the definitions of the mangrove forest. Forest where the trees grow at the salty and wet soil washed by the ebb and flow of the sea is called the mangrove forest. Okay, so mangrove forest is important for knowledgeable questions. What is called mangrove forest? Okay, now area. Okay, Noakhali and Chittagong to the southwest zone of Bangladesh, including Sundarban, are called the mangrove or Goran forest area. Okay, and next thing is that trees. Okay, the Sundari, Gewa, Porosh, Dhundal, Keura, Bean, Goran, etc. are the remarkable trees of the mangrove forest area. And last information is that, okay, Bangladesh has 4,192 square kilometers of mangrove or Goran forest area. So that's all about the Goran forest. Okay, and you have to use information in your answer script when you will write down about the mangrove or Goran forest. Then you will get very good marks in your examination. Now I am going to go the next part of our class, that is the evaluation part. First of all, what is forest? Okay, this is very simple questions and very easy question to you. Forest, the place where trees grow in plenty. This is very easy question. Number two, how many types of forest of Bangladesh has on the basis of climate and variety on the soil? Basically, there are 4 types of forest, and I have already discussed about these 4 types of forest. And number 3, what is the Baranda forest? Especially the tropical deciduous forest is called the Baranda forest in the district of Rangpur and Dinajpur. And number 4, bamboo grows in plenty in which district of Bangladesh? The answer will be bamboo grows in plenty in the district of Sylhet, especially in the hills area of Sylhet. And number 5, what is called Goran forest? Okay, and you know Goran forest is the similar word of mangrove forest, forest where trees grow at the salty and wet soil washed by the even flow of the sea is called the Goran forest or the mangrove forest. So, dear students, thank you very much for watching me, and that was the last class on chapter 5. Okay, if you have any questions on this chapter, you can ask questions. You can put your questions in comment box, and I will give the answer of your questions. So dear students, thank you very much for watching me. Stay home. Okay, so Allah Hafiz.